People like to question how Spanish I am. It comes up. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I sound like this or I don't have any kids. Like, I'm not sure what the reason is, but it pops up. But this is a thing we used to do in Puerto Rico. My brother used to fight roosters. Well, I'm sorry. Well, he wouldn't fight roosters. It wasn't like a grown man punching a rooster in the face. That'd be too Spanish. He used to train roosters to fight other roosters. And listen, years later, now, we know that's something you shouldn't do. But back then, that was part of the culture. That's just how we grew up, and I wanted to be just like my big brother and do everything he did. Really quick, though, I think it's funny, my brother used to brag about how his roosters were undefeated. Like, he'd come home every Saturday, and they'd be like, oh, here comes another undefeated champ. It's like, yeah, if it's defeated, it doesn't come home. You know what I mean? Like, no rooster's ever been like, I got knocked down, but I got a new trainer now, and I cut out gluten. Like, that's not a thing. You've never seen a rooster 21-6. Like, that's all I'm saying. But he finally gave me one. My brother finally gave me one, and he told me how to train it, how to put the little booties on it, what to feed it, do all that stuff. And every day when I got home from school, instead of doing that, I would pet it. Looking back, that was probably my bad. But the only rule my brother had was you can't name it because you're going to get attached. And my brother would call it Whitey. And I was like, man, I know what I'm doing. Fuck Whitey. I'm going Benny Perez. Not only did I name it, I gave it first and last name. You're going to be in family portraits and shit. Like that sort of. And for months after school, I'd go visit Benny. Monday through Thursdays, we'd talk about our days. And I'd go, and I'd be like, hey, Benny, how was your day? And he'd be like, kikiriki, or like whatever the fuck they do. And then on Friday, we'd call it Freaky Friday, because instead of talking about the days, I'd work on my dance moves. And I was just a fat little Spanish 10-year-old kid just dance. I was like the original Manny from Modern Family, like that sort of fat, sensitive kid. And I would just dance, and Benny would watch because he was in a cage, so he had to. And we did this shit for months, dude. We did it for months, so he finally got big, and he made weight. I'll never forget, one Saturday morning, my brother comes down with a box, and we put Benny in the box, and we start driving to the place. And the whole drive, I remember being like, I should probably tell him I haven't been training it. But I didn't. I didn't know why. I didn't know if it was like out of fear, or I just thought he'd be like a natural athlete. Like on some Air Bud shit where you just figure it out as it happened. But we show up, and it's this abandoned warehouse, and it smells like, oh, it's just full of old men, and it smells like Budweisers and empanadas. That's all you need to know. And it's like, it's packed, and the old men, they're gambling, they're yelling, and we see like 3 or 4 fights. The old men are throwing money around, and then around the 5th fight, it's time for Benny to come out. But before Benny came out, his opponent came out first. And when his opponent came out, intro music started playing. He had a theme song, like a great wrestler, like the Rock of Cox or something like that. And the owner had him in the air, like baby Simba from Lion King, like the chosen one. And the old men went apeshit because they knew who the favorite in this fight was. And then it was time to bring Benny out, but nobody told me about the music aspect. Nobody told me there was a music cue, so it was just Benny in a box and silence. It felt like a funeral, like we knew what was gonna happen. But I'll never forget, we open the box and Benny climbs out and he sees the other rooster and he has a look of like, oh, hey, like another one of me. So Benny just like got close to say hi, and when he got close, the bell rang, whoa, got hit. And he fucking got hit, and he got hit, and he was looking like towards where we were at, and he had the look of just like, but why would he do that? We didn't train for this at all right now. And then Benny was like, well, maybe I was disrespectful. So he came in on the left side the second time, and he got close again, whoop, got hit again. And the second time, it cut him. And it's crazy because people say roosters are dumb, but I don't think so, because something clicked in Benny. He realized after he got cut, he was like, oh, if I move, I won't get hit. So he just started moving around. He just, for his dear life, just started moving around. He didn't figure out how to jab back, but he figured out how to avoid them. So it's progress. Do you see? And he's just fucking moving, and the other rooster starts swinging and missing, and swinging and missing. And Benny just, God bless him, he's just moving around, just running around and swinging and missing. And the other rooster starts getting more tired, and Benny starts getting more comfortable, and he gets close to him, and Benny just, pa, he avoids one, he comes up again, like, pa, he avoids another one, like, pa, he avoids another one. And 10-year-old me is like, is Benny dancing right now? I don't know where he learned it, but they say you learn at the home, so that's what I'm watching right now. And dude, and Benny starts rocking, and Benny starts avoiding and rocking. He's avoiding and rocking, and he finally comes up and he goes, bah! He headbutts him, and now the old men start switching their bets. And they're like, we want the white one, we want the white one. I was like, his name's Benny, he sees no color, it's Benny right now. And they're like, yeah, Benji. I was like, close enough. Okay, fuck it. And Benny's rocking, dude. Benny's rocking and void, and he comes up, bah, he headbutts him a second time, and now the old men start going, Benji, Benji, Benji. It's like, it's one fucking letter. Figure it out. Whatever. Okay. And Benny's rocking, dude, and people are going ape shit, and Benny's rocking, he headbutts him a third time, and now 10-year-old me is losing my fucking mind. Do you get that I'm the rooster whisperer? Do you understand? That I found a way to train it without hitting it. It's fucking insane. And Benny had him on the ground, and he goes for that fucking coup. You ever seen a rooster? They're like, ah, like that sort of shit. And Benny goes, ah! Guys, I'm fucking with you. Benny died. He got killed real quick. He lost so fast you would have thought he threw the fight. Yeah, I know that's a sad story, but I bet you think I'm pretty Puerto Rican now.